me and loving me tonight. Somewhere out there, someone saying a prayer that we'll find one another in that dream somewhere out there. And even though I know how very far apart we are, it helps to think we might be wishing on the same bright star. And when the night wind starts to sing a lonesome lullaby, it helps to think we're sleeping underneath the same big sky. Somewhere out there, if love can see us through, then we'll be together somewhere out there, out where dreams come true. And even though I know how very far apart we are, it helps to think we might be wishing on the same bright star. And when the night wind starts to sing a lonesome lullaby, it helps to think we're sleeping underneath the same big sky. Somewhere out there, if love can see us through, then we'll be together somewhere out there, out where dreams come true.
I have a dream too, that soon we'll be able to hear Susannah Martin live. I have a dream. Good morning.
I had that same dream.
Yes. And I shan't be the only one maskless. That is also part of my dream. So our opening words today are a reminder that you and I are cognitively, biologically, and physically, and especially spiritually wired for love. To be loved and to be loving, as we talk a little later about nourishing one another in relationship. You see, when those needs are not met, we're not right. We're a little bit off kilter. So opening words again reminding us that you and I are wired. We're wired that way. So for some of you who are new, and as a reminder for those who are choosing to grow old with us, in answer to that question, who are we? Take a look at your order of service. We have there what's called our shared affirmation of mission. Please feel free to read it with me. This fellowship the world. That is our affirmation. So as I like to say, we gather as always under an umbrella, for me represented by the chalice of Unitarian Universalism, as we light this light. May it serve as a fire and a symbolic representation of our commitment. So with the rekindling of this flame, let us recommit ourselves to accepting life's gifts with grace and with gratitude, and to use those gifts to bless the world in a spirit of love. For the next three gatherings, October 10th, 17th, and 24th, we are requesting the donation for the Sedona Area Homeless Alliance. We need men's white socks and women's and children's socks as well. You can also make cash donations to buy laundry vouchers. And if you don't plan on attending services, you can still drop off the donation with Cora in West Sedona or with Penny in VOC. Donations can be sent by video to Penny.
May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease.
One Love by Hope Johnson. We are one, a diverse group of proudly kindred spirits, here not by coincidence, but because we choose to journey together. We are active and proactive. We care deeply. We live our love as best we can. We are one, working, eating, laughing, playing, singing, storytelling, sharing, and rejoicing. Getting to know each other, taking risks, opening up, questioning, seeking, searching, trying to understand, struggling, making mistakes, paying attention, asking questions, listening, living our answers, learning to love our neighbors, learning to love ourselves, apologizing and forgiving with humility, being forgiven through grace, creating the beloved community together. We are one.
Thank you, Beth, for that wonderful reminder. So good morning again, gracious ones, and everyone. Welcome again to the Sedona Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. I welcome you in the name of the ancestors upon whose shoulders I stand. And be sure to know that I welcome you in the name of all that is holy and sacred for you. I especially want to make note of this beautiful morning and transition to fall as we walk this land, and a moment to honor the original indigenous inhabitants of this land. Wherever you are in this great country of ours, a moment to honor the native folks of the land. In our area, the Apache, Yavapai, the Navajo. So my appreciation, as many of you know about the principles of Unitarian Universalism, are summed up in something I heard once and it stuck forever, and Craig is still trying to find the origin of it, but we just stick it with the university, with the Unitarian Church of Dublin, who reminds us, and it says, we do not ask what you believe. We do not expect you to think the way we do. I like to say, but how we are you use. So we do ask something. We ask that you try and live a kind and helpful life with a dignity proper to that of a human being. So welcome all who believe that religion is wider than any sect, and deeper than any set of opinions. So welcome all who may find in our fellowship some strength and encouragement for daily living. Because, as I like to say, it don't mean a thing
If it ain't got that swing.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So today's sermon is entitled Nourishing Relationship. Talk a little bit about the concept, the feeling, the meaning, and I do believe how important it is for us to honor nourishing relationships, especially at this time. I believe it to be one of our most sacred duties to nourish a relationship, to be in relationship. And I might add, as service description for today's sermon, I said, this pandemic time is teaching us so many things about relationships. It's clarifying that there is no real replacement for in-person connection. And how can we then nourish each other at this time? I believe we live in a society that distracts us from the relationships that matter most. And certainly the relationships that could feed us the most. So today I will remind us and myself of how precious and nourishing being in relationship really is. Our friendships, our relationships are being weeded out now. Our relationships are being realigned. And this is an invitation to prioritize those that are essential over those that are what I might call ornamental. So I don't know about you, but I've kind of noticed that how I dress my costume is a little different during these times. I wear my sweatpants a lot. Hey, I hear you. I'm not alone. Kind of like that Zoom commercial. You see that guy, he comes out with his shirt on and he got nothing else on up under there. Yeah, y'all know the one. Honey, oh, Lord. So, making us appreciate being comfortable. So those suits and fashionable heels kind of taking a look at proper attire is just one of them. They're also taking a look, what is required gear? Because dress has a way of separating folks. You know how you dress up or dress down. So again, affecting us in this time of trouble. So there are many routines that we just used to do and took for granted. And a lot of them we've forgotten about, and I think they're being welcomed back in as well. Like sit-down dinners, or maybe taking care of your flowers a little more closely, or maybe even baking your own bread. Yeah. Dog walks, taking a little special moment there. Yeah. They're all showing up again. They're showing up like an old friend that we haven't seen in a while. An old relationship rekindled. Now, this promise is kind of precarious because it's kind of requires a balancing act. And I offer that the fulcrum is the common good. The common good. Reminding us at this time when people who are not willing to make a small sacrifice for the larger whole during this time may cause the larger whole a problem. We've learned and are learning all this because old COVID brought so much to a halt. It put brakes on it. It made us take a pause. A pause to look around. Just look around and notice. And maybe that's a wonderful thing. To pause, that is. To take a look around. To notice. The central thing for me is we need to remember that we are finally able and perhaps being invited to go slow. To go slow. How long has it been since you've considered your relationship to speed? Our relationship to speed. To getting it done. I catch myself. On my way to do something, I stop and do something else. I got to hurry up to get where I got to go because I got to. Yeah. Can we pause and take a moment? What is your relationship to speed? How does it feel to acknowledge and nourish a slower pace? A quieter way of moving. I'm going to call somebody out. Oh, Lord, it just came up. For instance, I may learn, because I kind of walk like, I kind of walk in a hurry. And then there's folks like Michael Steve. walk at a slower pace. Yeah, I be looking. All of y'all are my heroes, you know that. I want to be like Joe Weil when I grow up. If I only had the insight and research stamina of Curry Hartley, oh my goodness gracious. So y'all, you know, this is a two-way street in case y'all ever forget. One is only like one of me. I got 70-something years of this stuff. I got about 30, 40 years of doing this spiritual thing. Man, I'm looking at about 1,000 years of wisdom. You see, that's how we go, in case you don't know what. So, we're being invited to do a more careful dance, y'all. A more careful dance with each other. It's a secret, sometimes overlooked. Simply put, you can't see it while you're running. Can't see it while we're running. You're running. Relationships are really hard to build and care for at such a pace. At such a pace, I say. So I'll leave you with one of my mantras. Hey, man. No hurry. No worry. No hurry. No worry. Relationship was on my mind yesterday. Yesterday I attended the Women's March for Reproductive Rights that was held here in Sedona. And in fact, one of my sheroes spoke at that event. I'm going to call Ellen Noel out, bless her soul out loud on purpose. So I went there. Women and men were there. We all came to make a statement about our belief in the right of women to make their own decisions, their own life choices about how to nurture and nourish their own bodies. See, I believe what they tell me. I believe and I am told that no woman wants an abortion. I also believe it is her call to make. I see in my mind's eye, I see 3 kids whose mom is named Shelley Lynn. Shelley Lynn is now 51 years old and lives in Dallas. Her children love their mom. And they wonder about all the fuss some people tend to make about her. Folks make a lot of noise, a lot of mess about Shelley Lynn. I imagine the oldest one is aware that Grandma Norma, her mother's mom, may be the reason for all the commotion. Grandma Norma is sometimes called Jane Doe on television and in the newspapers. Something to do with the court case called Roe versus Wade. Grandma Norma and my mom, Shelley Lynn, they met many years ago after being separated for a long, long time. Mom said she didn't trust her mom. I heard my mom say she was concerned about being outed, whatever that means. I think it had something to do with my mom being the daughter of Jane Doe. My mom worried about that a lot, but not now. Mom says she is neither pro-life or pro-choice. She says my association with Roe started and ended because I was conceived. So I know in my heart that Shelley Lynn and her Shelley Lynn's kids will live, and I know they will grow up to have nourishing relationships. Their own, that I believe will be based on and all about that thing we talked about when we lit that fire, that thing we talked about in our opening words, that thing that we don't know how much it weighs. We don't know what color it is. Love is not on the elemental tables. Not on the table of that thing. So I ran across a poem, the poet in me will do that every now and then, and not always. As T.S. Eliot once said about what poetry does for us, it allows us to get below that substratum, that thing where we hide, that area we find. We hide ourselves. Poetry plucks us out of that place, Mr. Eliot reminds us. So this is a poem by one Matthew Olsman, and I love it. He calls it Mountain Dew commercial disguised as a love poem. So here's what I've got. The reasons why our marriage might work, because you wear pink, but write poems about bullets and graves. Because you yell at your keys when you lose them. And you laugh. You laugh loud at your own jokes. I love you because you can hold a pistol or gut a pig. Because you memorize songs, even commercials from 30 years ago. And you sing them when vacuuming. You have soft hands. Because when we move, the contents of what you packed were written and put inside the boxes. Because you think swans are overrated. Because you drove me to the train station. Because you drove me to Minneapolis. Because you drove me to Providence. And fill in the blank, because they drove you to wherever they did. Because you underline everything you read. And then you circle the thing that you think are important. And then you put a star by the things you think I think ought to be important. Huh? And you write down all those notes in the margins about all the people you're mad at. And I'm so happy that my name don't show up there most of the time. Kind of never appears there, almost. Because you make that pork recipe you found in that Frida Kahlo cookbook. Because when you read that essay about Rilke, you underlined the whole thing, except the part where Rilke says love means to deny the self. You didn't underline that part. Because for this person and for me, no. Love is about honoring the self, not denying the self. And I love you and to be consumed in flames, because when the lights are all off and we close all the curtains and nail up another sheet over the curtains, you still believe someone outside can see you. And then one day, 5 summers ago, when you couldn't put gas in your car, when your fridge was empty, not even leftovers or condiments were there. There was a single bottle, 20-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew. One single 20-ounce bottle paid for with your last dime. Because you once overheard me say that I liked it. One time you overheard me say, I like Mountain Dew, and with your last dime, you would have bought that 20-ounce bottle and set it there for me. That, my friends, is nourishing relationship. And this is the kind of nourishing relationship I wish for you, and for you, and for all of us. That is that somewhere out there, there is someone, somewhere, there's a can or a bottle of Mountain Dew waiting for me, and one waiting for you. May it be so. May it be so. Blessed be. Amen. Ashe.
To Center Down by Howard Thurman. How good it is to center down, to sit quietly and see oneself pass by. The streets of our minds seethe with endless traffic. Our spirits resound with clashings, with noisy silences, while something deep within hungers and thirsts for the still moment and the resting lull. How good it is to center down.
If you don't know the name Howard Thurman, I'd ask you to Google it sometime in your spare time. A lot of folks don't know Howard Thurman, but they're pretty aware of some of his students. Jesse Jackson Jr. and one Martin Luther King. So in the spirit of Mountain Dew and of love, I invite us into a moment of silence. May we find some nourishment in our silence. So, you and I, we have been warmed. We have been warmed by fires that we did not build. We have drunk at wells that we did not dig. So in gratitude of our many, many blessings and our many needs, this morning's offering for this fellowship will now be received.
You can play the game, you can act out the part, but you know Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. Do as I say. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will.
You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known.
This is widely known.
But what you gonna do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone? Once you tell somebody the way that you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about those squeaky wheels, always getting the grace.
It's better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. What I like to do, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only
Shower the people. Show them. You gotta show them. You gotta show them. Oh, yeah.
show them the way. Show them the way. Shower the people.
You gotta let it rain down.
Show them the way you feel.
About the message, yeah, give it up. Shower the people. Oh, shower the people. The message is always in the music. Shower the people. Don't make them shower. You gotta show the people. You got to show the people. Shower the people that you love. We got plenty of towels. You can always dry. Hurt me, shower me. It's catching, I'll shower you right back. Huh? Oh my goodness. So now is the time to hear the joys and concerns sitting in the heads or the hearts of this community. Well, I will share the first joy. I see some folks who may be here for the first time or who haven't been here in a while. Again, in honoring the time of tumult, but I do miss that. When I used to see Glenn get that microphone so we could fake it a little bit. So like stick it, you know, asking you, I'll introduce yourself. And where are you from? So I'm symbolically doing that, but I'm just going to ask you, if you haven't been here a while or this is your first time, could you kindly raise your hand, please? Yes. Hey, welcome. So good to see you. Yeah. So we drop stone in there for that. Another joy. Ron says, Susannah and I have received our COVID booster. Okay, welcome there. We're just full of joy this morning. Carolyn shares that Jeannie Marini is feeling much better as she recuperates from bone fractures at Cavanagh. So we're hold the space for Jeannie as we do. Had the pleasure of visiting her last week. I did what I call a Mississippi pop call. As some of you know, I was born in Mississippi, I always like to claim it. Down south, you know, yeah, but I name it a Mississippi pop call because it means you just show up. You don't make no email, you don't call nobody. How can we maybe meet on the 18th at 4 o'clock? Can you meet me at the coffee pot on Thursday? No. Mississippi pop call is just, I was thinking about you, I love you, and I just stopped by to lay a little shower on you. And at the time it ain't right. See you later. So I pop called on her, and Tony was there. It was so good to see both of them. And they showered me. I got a shower out there. I got a shower out of the deal. So expressing joy this morning, for sure. So I just want to say, again, just how good it is to see y'all. You know, you could be a lot of places on a Sunday morning. So I just want to say out loud and on purpose how grateful I am that you chose to come hang out with us. Oh, let me say something for the joys and concerns that were not mentioned. If there are any concerns and joys that are not mentioned, let us try to for that. Yes. So our closing song. This is the one that we're putting out there every week and that we'd like you to take in.
Working
building a new way.
Together, a way to peace and justice and freedom for all. A place where women and men, oh, as I had a flash, a place where gender doesn't matter. That's a new way, that's a new place. So we're going to show up there with our scarred, tattered, but we are Unitarians with an affirmation that I read that you wrote that said, we're down for the count. We are a diverse, nurturing, and beloved community that believes in religious thought and progressive ways of being, not only being, but in what? Practice. In practice. So thank y'all who showed up at the Women's Reproductive Rights March, demonstrating your practice. It felt great, and I appreciate it. So, we're going to honor the way of the Navajo again. They do it with beauty. I'm going to take a little poetic license, as I've been known to do every now and then. And let's just make it relationship, nourishing. I see relationship in front of me. I see a nourishing relationship in back of me. I see a nourishing relationship to the left of me. I see one to the right of me. I see one way above me. And I feel a nourishing relationship below me. So it is in that place of nourishing relationship that we came in and that we go out. And may that flame, may this flame represent our commitment to sing. May it be so. So go in peace.